Hi, my name's Jacob. This is our build, the Venator Hangar Bay. Uh, it was we drew this build up about a year ago from just like sketches on a napkin, and we slowly pushed it together. It's a collaboration between myself and my buddy Jared. It's two halves pushed together. We have our self-designed V-wing fighters, one in the landing configuration and one taking off. There's a small interior around the right side that's difficult to see. We have cargo containers, a little catwalk, several pilot minifigs and 501st troopers, and of course the centerpiece is the landed gunship.
So you said this is a collaboration between you and another builder. What was that process like in terms of how you divided up the build and then made sure that everything was going to meld together nicely when you got to the show?
So COVID and working a full-time job makes collaborating difficult these days. Involved a lot of pictures sent back and forth, changing things, being off by a stud or a brick too high. It would have probably been much smarter to use LDD or CAD or some other design software, but we worked it out, and I think it came together nicely.
And you said these are custom-built designs on the right for these fighters. If you talk a little bit more about kind of the design elements of those.
So yeah, these are a little bit of a design I've been working on for the past 2 years. It started with getting the angle at the nose correctly and getting that to look more or less seamless. We have some stickers that are cut out from the old fighter tank Lego set, so those are official Lego. The cockpit opens as well, and there's room in there for the pilot and the seat controls. There's an astromech sight. And on the taking off model, we also have the guns that are accurate to the model.
One thing that stands out about this build is just how smoothly you've laid it all out. So the base especially is really nice. You've got lots of different elements in there. What sort of pieces did you use to achieve that as you kind of laid out those patterns?
So it's a lot of, what I find interesting is we used bracket pieces that close the small gaps. Unfortunately, Lego bricks aren't squares, they're more rectangles, so there's a lot of orienting. Trial and error really is the best way to describe how this came together.
That's good. You know, experimentation is a big part of Lego building, just figuring out what pieces work together nicely.
Yeah. I think I'm happy with it. We decided to do two different landing pad designs just to give it a bit more variety. In the design process, this landing pad started out way longer than the original base plate, so we had to cut it back, I think 2 or 3 times till it finally fit to be uniform to each other.
Now, the minifigures are also great in this build. Are these custom minifigures? Are these standard Lego Star Wars figures? How did you get these together?
So they're part official Lego. The arms on them are by Firestar Toys. I believe they're a company out of the UK. So they give it a more detailed look, makes them more accurate to the screen interpretation of the troopers. So I was really excited to include those. And we tried to go for the Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith pilot troopers to be accurate to the V-wings.
Yep. And then for the top kind of section up here, you've got that like catwalk area. You've even got kind of the roof portion that comes above it. So what kind of elements did you use in that section?
So the roof section, originally we planned to do the hangar doors in the front as well in a roof, but we realized that might obscure the build and make it more difficult to see. So we decided to use the angled pieces to give it more depth to it and make it not seem like it ends at a flat back wall. So the catwalk and the hangar bay, or the hangar doors on the left side, give it more depth and makes it appear the build goes further back than it actually does.
That all works very nicely, so I'm glad you guys were able to bring this out to the show here, and thanks for chatting with me.
All right, thank you so much.